I am aware that I said I will stop talking about localizers, but unfortunately, they are the gift that keeps on giving. There has been a video that resurfaced on Twitter. Someone performed the offense necromancy, so we gotta talk about it. But in order to talk about it, we need to provide a little bit of context because you see, this is something that I actually know about. This was one of the first instances when people were saying, hey, what's going on? Why are the localizers possessed by an evil ideology? Like, what's the deal with this? Why can't they translate? Like, why can't they be normal? You know, it's the question that you feel like asking a leftist when you see him. It's like, why can't you be normal? Just be normal. Like, look, the French are normal. The British are normal. The Japanese are. Why can't you be like that? Why can't you be normal? So what's happening here? Well, you have these two characters, right? And this is the Dragon Maid. And she's speaking with one of her friends. Now, her friend is doing something that is not allowed in the United States because it is something of great horror. Okay, it creates harm. It scares the diversity hag within corporations, so they do not allow it. She's being lewd. Okay, and she's a cartoon. Like this is unacceptable in modern America, right? And she's got like big tits. How big? As big as they don't fit in Baldur's Gate 3. You know, like Baldur's Gate, that game that has a diverse range of characters and body types. They stop at this level of booba. And within this episode, she actually covers her cleavage. Right? So this character that's always lewd, that always shows her cleavage, now comes fully dressed. So you have like this funny dialogue between the Dragon Maid and this lewd character. So the Dragon Maid asks, like, what's with the outfit? Everyone was always saying something to me, so I tried toning down the exposure. How is it? You should try changing your body next, right? It's pretty much like how the people on Twitter think. It's like, oh my god, Uzaki-chan is hyper omega duper sexualized. And then you see that she's actually fully clothed, but the fact that she has big tits is something that the American brain can't comprehend, you know? But let's see how it's being translated, right? What are you wearing that for? Oh, those pesky patriarchal societal demands were getting on my nerves, so I had to change the clothes. Like, they literally injected and they current date the anime because this was like 2016. In 2023, no one uses the word patriarchal, okay? Like, if you use the word patriarchal, people start wondering how many IQ points do you have left. Like, now it's all about the transgenderism and the non-binary and the J.K. Rowling and the VTubers. But back in 2016, the word patriarchal was incredibly divisive, okay? Because you had on Twitter this movement that was like hashtag yes all men. Like, do you guys remember? I know, just understand how crazy it sounded. Like, they unironically believe that all men are rapists. Do you guys remember that? Like, it was trending on Twitter, do that, right? And they believe that people within, especially like within geekdom, like whether it's anime, video games, or anything like that, they need to be taught how to be humans rather than animals. Like there was this movement that's like cosplay is not consent, and you know, they believe that if you're a geek, you're going to start groping women without permission, so you needed like activists to tell you not. Do you guys remember that, right? So many people were offended by this shit. Like, many people didn't accept it. They were like, dude, that's disgusting. Like, why do you treat us like that? That is hard. Why do you stereotype us? Like, just because we like anime, right? So when you see that one of these activists that had a huge disdain towards the fandom is injecting their politics in an anime, people wanted to know, hey, what the fuck? Like, why are you doing this, right? So luckily we have a video where the actual person responsible for these translations answered this particular question. Look at this. It's so beautiful. It's like a painting from a medieval society, isn't it? Like, you have the peasant, the marginalized individual. He is slouched because he does back-breaking labor the entire day in order to make money so that he can put food on the table of the nobility. Is this a correct interpretation? I swear to God, if you're a historian, and you're looking at my videos like 300 years from now, you find this video in an archive, this is what happened. So he's basically like afraid to approach the nobility, but he does manage. So he's going to ask them a question.
It's a stroll of power, and I appreciate it.
Well, I'm kind of scared to ask this question now because I don't want to bring down the room.
Right? Like it's good. The peasant should be afraid of the noble.
So
okay.
this is more directed at Jamie, but all of you can answer.
Go,
all of
Jamie,
you
go. I'm
have,
excited
like,
about it. I'm ready to bring
input
down
on
the
this.
room. Let's do it.
We need a spotlight.
So
on
Funimation
Jamie.
has come under, let's call it, criticism for how they choose to adapt their scripts for
like
a couple
unnecessary
of shows.
hate. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
I just want to notice the arrogance, okay? Like, these are the same individuals that are now freaking out that the AI is taking away their jobs. And they're coming to the same people that they used to be so arrogant and so vindictive a couple of months ago. And they're like, oh, Taskete, why don't you not care about us? Why do you not care? I don't know. You know, like, you guys tried this experiment, okay? Try being arrogant to someone. Try being arrogant to someone and then ask them for help. See what happens.
And a lot of that, I feel, is directed at you unfairly.
Thank you.
So how would you like to respond to that kind of criticism?
To the criticism, like, I have a vagina. Deal with it. Like, it's honestly, that's the truth.
Do you know who doesn't have a vagina? The AI. You know what I hope, by the way? I hope that AI masters the art of translation. I hope that the AI manages to speak Japanese more fluently and far better than an actual Japanese person. I hope that the AI manages to master the language to such an extent that he's in the head of the anime writer to be able to translate it into English. And I hope that it does it faster. I hope that this technology progresses with the speed of light. It should have been done tomorrow, but as fast as... You know what? I am going to go out of my way to support works that are translated by AI at this point. Like, if I hear that a manga is translated by AI, I will go out of my way just to do that. And I understand, you know, there are some localizers out there that aren't like this. No, I get it. You know, like, some of you don't deserve to be in a situations where your jobs are taken away. These individuals are responsible. They're responsible because not only did they inject their politics into anime, not only did they do their best in order to mistranslate, not only were they gaslight. Do you know who gaslights? An abuser, a toxic person gaslights. They were gaslighting, saying, oh, well, you know, we can't just translate. We have to use the word patriarchy and systemic because it's Japanese. It's so difficult. Like without using these words, you can... But the thing that can never be forgiven is the arrogance. The arrogance that they use to treat the customer. Look at the fear that they injected into the consumer. Just look at this guy. This guy is slouched, like he is apologetic. He's afraid. He's scared. He's terrified. Why is this normal? Why should you be terrified in your own fandom? Like, this is a convention. It should be a place to feel good and relaxed. You shouldn't be afraid and terrorized. This is not the way. I'm willing to bet he's not going to be afraid and terrorized by ChatGPT. So, you know, unironically, like, when it comes to AI, I do understand people. I genuinely do. You know, like, if you're an artist, if you're a writer, if you're, like, anything and your job is being in danger because the AI can take... Like, I get it. You know, like, no, unironically, I empathize with you. But it is very difficult to empathize with these individuals. And it's not because I don't think that their job is important or that their contribution is important, but it's because, number one, they failed to do their job properly, and number two, when they were called out, they were arrogant, spiteful, toxic, and abusive. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.